Hello there, I'm Tim Curran, half of the finance couple, and welcome to 2 Minute Tuesdays with Tim, where we look to infuse financial planning with just a little bit of common sense. So the other day, someone reached out and they said, hey, is that a picture or a painting of your family in the background? And actually it is. It's a painting that I had done for my wife's 50th birthday, Wynn, my wife. That's the family. And the next question they said is, I go, are you work out of the house? And I said, well, actually I do, absolutely. And it reminded me of a story, quite frankly. Years ago, probably about 20 years ago, a retired client came into the office, and I was wearing, a nice suit and tie, and he was wearing a t-shirt. And he said, "Hey, Tim, it's great to see you, but you don't need to be wearing a tie for my account, for my purposes." And I said, "No, I just like wearing a tie, and I kind of did it, thought it looked good." And he said, "Well, you know that tie doesn't make you any smarter at all." And I thought to myself, he's right. What I was wearing had nothing to do with the financial advice I was going to give him and his wife. I bring that to light because we used to own an office, a big expensive office, and it was really nice. We owned it for about 10, 11 years. We actually purchased it, quite frankly, at the height of the market in 2008, sold it in 2019. And it was a great office, but it cost a lot of money. And we started to tell people, we said, you know what, this is a great office, but it doesn't make us any smarter. It doesn't make us any better at what we do. Quite frankly, without sounding egotistical, I think we're pretty good at what we do for a couple of reasons. One, my wife and I have been doing this collectively for over 40 years. I'm a non-practicing attorney. I'm a certified financial planner. I've been doing this myself for over 26 years. It doesn't matter if I'm wearing a tie or not. It quite frankly doesn't matter if I'm working out of the house, out of a really nice office, or out on the street. It just doesn't make any difference. Our expertise is based on our experience and qualifications. One of the things that I think too many people get caught up with is the look of things. Some people walk into an office and go, wow, look at this, great wood paneled wall and these great lights, and they get enthralled by what they see. And they mistake the fact that just because it's a nice office does not necessarily mean the people you're talking to in that office know what they're doing. One thing has nothing to do with the other. So yes, this is a great painting of my family that's located in my office, in my house. We work out of the house because, quite frankly, if we're going to give people advice on how to use their money most efficiently, why would we waste money on an office that doesn't make us any better at what we do? And that's why we love to, when people say, hey, I'd love to sit down with you, we say, well, great. We're going to come to your place. We're going to sit down at your kitchen table and go through everything. And people seem to, over 26 years, have responded to that, say, boy, that's awful comfortable. We can just sit in our own kitchen and talk. Absolutely. I just thought that was an interesting story born out of a couple of good questions. So I hope this sheds some light more about on who we are, what we do, and why we do it. And if you have any questions moving forward, please email them to me at tcurran@lpl.com. Have a great start to 2023. Have a great rest of the week. And as always, please mind your state of mind. Take care.